Wife, you just missed Chelsea. She stopped in to say goodbye. She's apparently off to Arizona. Is everything okay with you two?
Well, let's see. Chelsea came by my office and redefined the word frustration for me. Now she's off to Phoenix. Yeah, I'd say things are going pretty well.
That's kind of what I figured. She looked happier than I've seen her in quite a while.
And so, of course, she leaves town just when things are picking up steam. Man, I just don't get her.
Well, she and I talked for a bit. She's having a rough go of it.
Well, maybe I'm just not in touch with my feminine side, but what exactly is so rough?
Well, it's part you, part turning 30. I told her everyone goes through a phase like this. I haven't yet. Of course, I'm still young. I'm 58 and I still ain't ready to settle down. Tell me, Mife, you ever been truly in love with someone?
Sure. Used to be married.
Yeah, the only thing easier than falling in love is getting married.
Don't remind me. That's the last time I'll ever drink 150 proof vodka.
You know what it is, Mife? Chemicals. Up in your brain. We got these chemicals going bananas.
Yeah, when the old dorsal amygdala gets fired up, look out for trouble.
My point is, falling in love don't mean a lot. What's hard is knowing someone real well and still liking them. But that ain't even the hardest thing. The hardest thing is finding someone you can trust. Remember that. Now, I'll get off my soapbox. What can I do for you? I remember reading about the Black Arrow killer. Someone was covering the story in the Bay City Mirror. You want to find copies of the Black Arrow killer articles? I throw out all my old papers, but Rook sometimes holds on to his. Keeps them in the alley back of the pawn shop.
Man, seems like I have to go through Rook's garbage at some point in every case I take. What a dirty, rotten job. Well, here's an old issue of the Bay City Mirror.
Hey, what can I do for you, Murph? That name sounds familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. The cops came in and closed that place down a couple weeks ago. Turns out they found Rusty's body in there. Someone dumped him in a barrel of acid. Created a lot of conversation in here, I'll tell you.
Well, Mac gave me the key to open the cop lock, but he didn't tell me how to deactivate it. Oh well. I'll just have to figure it out. The 4 nodes on the left have to link up with the 4 nodes on the right. The connections can't intersect or the cop lock resets. Poor Rusty. Probably burning in hell right now. Looks like some local hooligans have been in here. It's an old newspaper with Mac Malden named Policeman of the Week. Must have been a real slow week at the precinct. Man, this fake dog-you-do looks real enough to step in. Man, this fake stuff looks so real. It'll make a great gag. Can you imagine the look on somebody's face when I... Hey, wait a second. Oh, sick! Those police dogs were in here. Sorry, Mac, but first things first. Well, now here's a classic. Fake vomit. This comes in handy when you don't want people taking the seat beside you. Ah, rubber chickens. They make me think of Grandma's rubber chicken pot pies. I once broke up with a girlfriend over a whoopee cushion. Literally. I wonder why Rusty would keep this copy machine hidden. Unless he was using it to... I don't even want to think about that. Right about the time Grandpa started wearing Huggies, I used to switch one of these for his real dentures. A lot of good memories here. Well, I won't be able to get into the water tower without a key. There's a door built into these bricks. A sermon on the joys of not eating meat, to be delivered by Reverend Gary. Okay.
And he proclaimed in a mighty voice, "Woe be unto ye, eaters of flesh! Cursed are those who partake of the sausage patties and links and sizzling bacon. Cry for forgiveness, ye ingesters of honey-baked ham and all other manner of breakfast meats."
You! No, not you, the one in the hat. Have you not come to be healed?
Well, now that you mention it, it's kind of hurt when I go like this.
Then quit doing it.
Wow, I'll be darned. You're right. That actually feels much better.
Heal thyself, stranger. The path of regularity and low blood pressure is straight and narrow. Partake not of the flesh, especially red meat, and choose instead the bulk and fiber of cereals, fruits, vegetables, and especially grains.
Oh, I get plenty of grains, of the fermented variety.
Ah, then you too are an imbiber of the blessed potations. Which do you prefer, rum or vodka?
Bourbon, actually.
I, myself, prefer a nice single malt scotch.
I'll tell you what. If I bring you a bottle of single malt scotch, will you answer some questions?
For a bottle of single malt, I will not only answer your questions, I will bless your family for 3 generations. For now, I must return to my preaching.
Sounds like a bottle of good scotch might loosen up Crazy Gary's tongue. I heard that Sal Lucido, the former owner of the Slice of Heaven pizza parlor, kept a first-rate stash of illegally imported booze somewhere on the street. Yeah, floors and stairs in here are all pretty dusty. Doesn't look as though anybody's been in here for a while. It's a bottle of something. Yummy. 25-year-old scotch.
And he lifted his voice and prophesied, in those days they shall pervert the innocent pimento.
I happen to be in the middle of a very important sermon.
Well, I brought you an offering.
How may I assist you, O venerable giver of the precious potation? That appellation is foreign to me. I have been summoned by a greater power to preach against the forces of red meat and its kin. It is my calling in life, and I fear no man. A name with which I am totally unfamiliar. No? I saw this man but once, strolling along the thoroughfare. He appeared to drop an article of some sort. When he bent to retrieve it, I espied an object fall from his pocket. It turned out to be a key. You may indeed have the key, and I wish you luck in locating the poor man. I have seen the warehouse, but have never entered therein. That nefarious parasite! His very livelihood subsists on polluting the intestines of all the inhabitants in our fair locality. I have waged war upon him and his ilk, and only one of us will live to tell the tale. Psycho preacher! That's what the foul little man calls me. A curse be upon his pancreas. Ah, the lovely creature who administers at the local newsstand. A sweet flower. That appellation. The cretin is a veritable slaughterhouse. If he approaches to within eyesight, I fairly retch from the foul odor. A name with